Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back on another reaction video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're checking out a mainstream artist. That's something I almost never do, right? But this seems to be something that I want to talk about. So this is The Medicine Wheel by Paisley. Let's dig in. This is on the Appalachian Untold channel. Yeah, the guitar's got some character on it, boy.
They sell their lives by the bottle.
They sell their lies by the bottle.
Without an ounce of shame. A promise on a slip of paper, guaranteed to dull the pain.
Y'all know why we're here, right? Like, this is one of my issues. This is one of the things we have to talk about every time. Addiction. Pain pill addiction. I can testify on this one, right? When I blew my shoulder out, them opioids grabbed a hold of me, right? I was eating them things. I swole up. I was almost 300 pounds. I was completely unhealthy. I was worried about that bottle in my pocket more than I was worried about anything else going on in my life. And if I didn't have that bottle in my pocket coming from the doctor, I was getting it from wherever I could. And if I had to steal somebody's, I was to do that. And if I had to, whatever, I did that. And so the reason is this important to me, that y'all get awareness about the fact that recovery is possible, is because of what I went through. First with the nose candy, and then with the legal stuff that the doctors threw at me.
We dug that mine a mile below us and built up this little town. Oh, and we're still digging holes, but these are 6 feet down.
There ain't nothing in them bottles but death. Like, there are valid reasons to use these medications, but chances are you don't have them. Chances are that it is not severe enough, but you go to the doctor because you have a little bit of pain, right? And you think it's a lot because you've never dealt with that level of pain. And so the doctor's like, all right, well, we can give you a little something to help with that. And it works because it was just a little bit of pain. And you're like, it's cool, I'll keep doing this. And you start taking these pills, and then all of a sudden they don't work as well. And then all of a sudden you need more of them, and you need a little bit stronger dose. Hey doc, let me get a little bit more. It doesn't seem to be working as effectively as it was. And then all of a sudden you're taking the max dosage, and you're going to clinics, and you're trying to find out where you can get extras from. Like, that is the real struggle of addiction, right? Despite the fact that while this is happening, your home life is falling apart. Your wife and your children, they're not responsive to you anymore because you're not responsive to them anymore because you're in that zone all the goddamn time. There's nothing in them bottles to help you. There is temporary relief available in bottles. If it is used correctly, you don't even realize that you're taking it. It doesn't make you feel altered if you're using it right.
There's coal under the mountains and gold in them their
Bar.
pails.
It's cold under the mountain and gold in them there pills. We can make you go into the darkness and slave your life away, right? It is an honorable, noble profession. Don't get that twisted. But you're selling your soul for the company's gold, right? And then you take the company's gold and you go buy darkness to feed what's left after the company takes your soul. And that is now, like, I'm a capitalist, but I believe in ethical capitalism. I believe it's possible, but we don't do it.
Living here don't kill you. Medicine will.
Bet it will.
These are good, God-fearing people, just doing the best they can.
Amen.
And if the devil's in the details, then hell's in milligrams.
Ooh. 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 Bruh. Did you hear that? Hold on. Hold on.
If the devil's in the details, then hell's in milligrams.
Chained in a prison of your own design. Bruh. Bruh.
For every family visitation, sons and daughters gone too soon. The drugstore and the undertaker, the only businesses that boom. There's coal under the mountains and gold in them their pails. If living here don't kill you, the medicine will. Now it's all broken dreams and plywood. Up and down these haunted streets, even the bar where we all used to go, I guess even whiskey can't compete.
How many of our grandmothers cried about that whiskey? And how many of our daughters will be crying that they wish it was only whiskey? And that's not to generalize the sex of it, right? Like, anybody can be an addict. God knows that's true.
I believe way down below us, deeper than that mine shaft runs, there's a place for those that did this to us. And it's hotter than the sun.
Amen.
Coal under the mountains and gold in them their pails. If living here don't kill you, the medicine will.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all get back and show some love over at Appalachia Untold. Y'all know, like, if you've been around here for a while, then you know that I fell off of music, period, right? I only listened to K-Love. I took the K-Love 30-day challenge, and I only listened to K-Love for 10 solid years. I dropped off of music completely because everything on radio is the exact opposite of what this man is saying. I don't know anything about Brad Paisley's personal life. I quit following what they did personally that decade before, right? Like, we're at 12 years now, 13 years now, but it was a decade when I got back into this. And it's because the culture of entertainment is the exact opposite of what we need in our lives. Every single thing that you see on television is designed to bring you down. Most of the music that you can find on radio is designed to bring you down because they can sell you better on sin than they can sell you on saints. And that's just the God's honest truth. I love the fact that there is somebody with a name, right? Somebody who had the contracts, and I don't know where he's at in his music career. I don't know anything about Brad these days. But he was always somebody I liked his music. He always had something I wanted to listen to. Before I fell off of everybody, he was all right, right? He was one of the good ones. Hopefully he's still a good one. At least he's a good one for this. At least for this. I don't care what else ever happens in his life. I don't care if we disagree on every single thing ever, politically or religiously or in whatever manner. We can agree on this. Opioids are destroying us. And it was an intentional thing. The doctors knew what they were doing. The pharmaceutical companies knew what they were doing. And they did it anyway because their job was not to heal you. Their job was to keep you coming back. And they did that. They did that to me, and they did that to you. They will do that to whoever they can. They will do that however they can. And that was the whole point of the issue that went around, that everybody got spun up about. It was the exact same thing as this. Now, it wasn't a physical hook, right? It was an emotional one. They were hooking you with the emotions behind it, but it's the same damn industry doing the same damn thing. They don't want you better, they want you bitter. They want you mad and upset and drowning your sorrows in a bottle, and that bottle does you no good. You know, they say every addict remembers the day they got sober, and I don't. Right? I remember my daughter was right at 3 months old in a bouncy seat next to me the day I kicked cocaine. I remember that because I did an 8-ball with her in that bouncy seat right next to me. And I hated myself for that. I remember that day, but I don't remember what day it was. I remember the day I got rid of the pills, but I don't remember what day it was because they were eating my soul and taking away my family. And they didn't even recognize it yet, but I could see it. And it changed my life. Right? I refuse to let anything have control of my life that is going to strip my family away from me. That is going to make me not care about paying my bills and having my responsibilities. Because I want to chase this thing. It will never happen to me again. Addiction left my life that day. I don't go to meetings. I never did. I don't go to counseling. I never did. That does not mean that you can't and that you don't need to. But it is possible to do it by yourself. I have been sober from cocaine. Let's see, it's 21 years this month or next month. That's got to be next month. So 21 years ago, next month, I quit cold turkey. I did the same thing for opioids in, would have been 2012. So 11 years. Cold turkey, because it had to be done. You can do it. You can. Start today to change your life. Start today to put that shit down. Because there is no help in the bottle. You're never meant to take any of those things long term. If you're taking anything in a bottle for longer than a year, your doctor is not doing you a service. That's not the chronic pain's a whole different issue, right? You got terminal cancer and it's eating your guts out. That's a whole different issue than, I got a little bit of shoulder pain, I need some pills, right? You know the difference. You know the difference. And I'm never calling out somebody that legitimately needs the medicine, but most of us don't. And that's where I'm going to wrap this up. Brad Paisley, thank you for this very much. I appreciate it very much. It is not often that I get to cover a mainstream artist, especially in a great light like this. I love it. I love everything about this. Thank you very much for this. And y'all make sure y'all get back and show some love. Give them a like, share, and a sub. Throw them a comment. Let them know you appreciate this because I do. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you were here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt Stake. Peace.